Hello and welcome to Budget Model Railways, and today I'm going to be looking at tension lock couplings, in particular to do with inglenook shunting puzzles. So this is a solution I've come up with for quite a narrow specific need. So I know a lot of you will watch this and say, well, you can use magnets and you can do this and you can do that, but this was to meet a particular need. So I like uncoupling with uncoupling hooks. I like to just be able to lift my couplings like I can on Engage. I didn't want to do automatic uncoupling, and I'm not trying to run around, and that's the really important thing. So this is for inglenook shunting puzzles. So I'm not having to run around. So this solution will only work where you've got effectively three sidings running the same way. I'm sure lots of people will do lots of suggestions, but as I say, it's important that what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to do it simple. I want to use an uncoupling hook. And I want to inglenook shunt, so it's quite a specific need. But the problem is the same actually on any of these. With tension lock couplings, they will unhook if the wagons are close together and if it's not a plastic coupling hook. So if they're close together, that's fine. I can lift the two hooks and then sort of knock the wagons out of the way or turn the power on and off it goes. But it's very fiddly. And what I also wanted to do with my 00 is I wanted to be able to say, to take it to an exhibition and say to people, would you like to do some shunting? So there being a knack isn't terribly helpful. So tension lock's not great anyway because they tend to be different heights, different shapes. Plastic hooks won't work with magnets. So that wasn't going to work for me. So my first thought was to reduce the number of hooks. Now that works quite well. If you've only got a hook on one end, you can lift it clear. But it's the same problem that if they're pulled tight, when you try and lift it, this little hook, that little hook there, catches underneath the bar. So one hook definitely is a big help, and I can do one hook on each wagon because I'll just have 9 wagons specifically for my layout. Oh, we've lost a bit of focus there. There we go. But it then occurred to me that if we took that little hook off, so we had a straight edge, firstly, they couple very well, but they'll uncouple just like that. So they couple very nicely, makes it less of a problem if they're different couplings. You just lift the hook, barely need to move it, and it's uncoupled. So that then makes really very smooth coupling and uncoupling. All I've got to do is take the coupling hook off the end of each wagon and snip the little hook off. And regardless of whether the coupling is in tension or not, I'm a bit heavy-handed here this morning, tension or not, it will just uncouple. So that's my solution. It's not a very long video, it's not a very complex video. But basically, take one coupling hook off, so you've only got one coupling hook, and take the little hook part off that hook. Now, I did it using these, just a pair of snippers because they're metal or plastic, but it then will make for very smooth coupling and uncoupling. Very easy and smooth uncoupling. Now, the wagon's not ruined because it's easy to put the other coupling hook back. And in fact, when it's running, if the other wagon has got an original coupling hook, it will still couple. It won't work as well for if you've got a runaround. I accept that. But all my shunting is done on inglenook shunting puzzles, so they're only going one way. So there you go. I'm sure there'll be some views on that. But for me, it's worked very simply. I sat the other evening with my 00 inglenook that I'm beginning to make, very frustrated trying to make it work with tension lock couplings compared to the Arnold couplings on my Engage. This, completely different. It's just like the Engage. Get a little hook in there, lift it, and the wagon's uncoupled. So there we go. Let me know what you think. Certainly the last video I did on rod in point operation has gone very well. Let's see how this one goes. And I'll be back to talk to you again soon. Thank you for watching.